We bicker over how the video looks with 3 people on. Not bicker.
Well, what about an option where we are not shown at all, only the screen?
Then I can't hear you. Then you can type in the comments.
Oh, wow. That sucks.
I wonder.
Really? Who would have thought that's an option?
Oh, support wasn't what I wanted.
Support.
Did I miss it?
What?
No. Suck it up, Jenna.
Come on, Jenna.
I've never used OBS to stream before, and I'm just not sure I'm ready for it.
What's OBS?
Open Broadcast System.
So we have new tools again?
No, we don't, because I have been reluctant to purchase because it looks complicated.
You're talking about Restream?
Yeah. But I'd rather get it now before it goes away, because it's one of those tools that, unlike a lot of AppSumo stuff, it's already been, it has not been tested. Restream's already been big in the gaming community. It works. Now they're just trying to launch it to the business community.
Really?
I'm not sure I can do an AppSumo review over that one, though. That would be interesting. Because it's a streaming, so I would have to figure out how to stream a stream. That would be interesting.
That would be weird.
All right, so I at least have it. And the reason I went and bought that is when you do use Open Broadcast System, you have the capability of doing more, I believe. It's just more complicated.
Does it go away today, or?
I have no idea. I think it's till they run out of codes. Each AppSumo deal is structured just a little bit different.
Interesting.
They have the capability to buy, like, what was it? Buy 5. There was some reason to buy 5 codes. I think it was to take their branding off. People were complaining about the branding. So you can buy 5, which is essentially like $250.
That's wild. Oh. It doesn't give you 5 copies then?
Well, I mean, you can use them as 5 separate copies, or you can stack them.
What's the benefit of stacking?
Well, one, it's so you can stream to multiple similar streams at the same time. So, like, you get up to 2 with the low level. You could stack up to like 6 Facebook Lives at the same time.
That's interesting.
But I thought there was another reason. Like when you go to stream live, it has their, that's what it is. You go to stream live, it has their description in it. Yeah, so when you do that, like they have like some little line with a link in it that says you were streaming live utilizing Restream. Like they have like some little line with a link in it that says you were streaming live utilizing Restream.
Wow, deja vu all over again.
I know. Like they have like some little line with a link in it that says you.
Who's oh no, that? We're in a loop.
Sorry.
Who's that?
No, that was me. Sorry.
Okay, so that's why Restream, and like I'll maybe check that out. Maybe that's an easier option than Be Live. But anyways, let's go through all here.
That was pretty wild there.
That was. Hey, by the way, good burger. Have y'all ever eaten at Super Chicks? I had a potential client just walk in and that he owns the Super Chicks franchise, and I've never heard of him, but I saw that picture and I was like,
Yummy.
It was one of those things you see it on Friday afternoon and you're like, I should pick up dinner. You're like, no. And then I told my husband and I open up the website and he sees the picture and he's like, man, that looks good.
And you said so?
And we were like, so I guess we're going to Super Chicks. It was really good though. They have like outstanding fries.
Nice.
Okay.
See the things you learn on Double Funnel TV. Where to get the non-burger burger. Well, we can
Chicken
get
burger.
we have fake Latin, so why not?
And fake Polish.
And fake Polish.
Hey, I'm
No,
100.
don't start on that path.
Huh?
I am 100% pure breed.
Okay.
I'm not hearing Jena anymore. Jena, can you see something?
Because I'm not talking.
Oh, okay.
It's amazing
No, you
how
said
that
the
works.
silence on the Jena Apgar's end.
You know what I think we forgot to do on Friday?
Save?
You always save now.
Publish?
Sales.
We did. But you just went straight into it and whatever.
I'm sorry, Scott.
It's okay.
Dagmar was secretly
I'll get
holding me
over it.
hostage. You
I'll get over
didn't
it.
you didn't see the gun under the table.
It's a virtual gun. It's magic.
Yeah, she says that now. It didn't seem very virtual at the time.
Didn't seem very magical.
Yeah, Dagmar, do you want to take a piece of paper with a black Sharpie and make your signature?
What?
Sign your name with a black Sharpie or black pen on a piece of white paper
Yeah.
and send me the image. Take a picture of it and send it to me.
Will it end up on some fake checks?
Seriously? That would be like the least of the ways that you're going to get.
Yes.
fraud
With all
charge
the other
these days.
possibilities.
All right, well, let me do it.
All right. See, I think we're good all the way through here. Features. I think that was part of it. She has, this was the only feature set. She's like the opposite of most people. Why does it not let me zoom in?
It's not zooming in.
Not on her page.
Got it.
By the way, if you want a reference for some catchy phrases, you can go to that other workshop that I have where I use the Jaywalker copy. No, I'm sorry.
Amplify. Liffy. Got the M. Amplify. Your earning power.
Yes.
This is one of these where when it comes to mindset stuff, I feel like it's the most difficult to write because it's
Why?
the most subjective.
Yeah.
Like if you're doing a sales workshop, you're just like, this is exactly what you're going to get, and you're going to be able to, get 5 appointments before you leave the building.
That's pretty quantitative.
I hope so. They did that for one of the dice workshops. Where you are in your relationship with money. Let me just put the words over here and we can work through them because I don't feel like these
Put
are
them back in
very
English, you mean?
good. I'm going to copy everything over here, but I feel like as far as sales and feature bullets, no offense to Dagmar, but they suck. They're
No,
not
why would
very.
you take offense to that?
Nothing personal, right?
Nothing personal.
Nothing personal. Um, no reason to take it personal. I might need to go get my bullet. Where's my bullet? I'm gonna Scoochie.
You're what?
I have
You
copy.
cutting.
I have copy bullet headlines on my door of my office when I
Okay.
open it. It's like a cheat sheet. How to feature so you can benefit. So like, here's an example. So very number one, how to feature so you can benefit. So what is the feature to get the actual benefit? Where identify your existing
Maybe money patterns.
negative relationship with money. So you
You know, it's interesting. I was listening to a radio ad this morning, and it was so evident, and it's one that you hear over and over and over again, and most people miss it, but it just was so prevalent this morning, is how advertisers still promote features.
Yeah. That
And
was actually that client that came in with the burger.
Yeah.
I watched his like super highly produced video that he was so proud of that one of the partners put together. And it was just pictures of the food up close. And I'm like, you've not stood out in social media. You talked a lot about yourself and nothing about me. And
Yeah, well, or nothing about the after state or
Yeah.
or the feel or whatever.
nope.
And but I've heard, it's funny because this particular commercial I've heard over and over and over again, and every time I hear it, I think the exact same thing. And they tried to make it a little better this go round, and it still wasn't there. So today's lesson is all about benefits. How is this going to benefit me? Because quite frankly, in the world, the only person who cares about the customer is the customer.
Right.
I mean, they want to hear how it's going to make them jump higher, run faster, leap buildings in a single bound, period. So that's so small I can't see what you're typing in there, so you're going to have to share it with me if you want help.
The ability
Oh.
to exactly define where you want to be in 90 days so you can visualize the goal. I'm just trying to put something here. What's in your way? What is that?
Meaning, what's blocking you from making the money that you want?
I've got mindset, vision.
Brick wall, roadblocks, good.
Which one's better,
Yeah, you
roadblocks
should-
or brick wall?
Well, roadblocks probably because brick, you can get a nice picture for a roadblock. You know, like a construction barrier,
Yeah.
you know, from a symbolic point.
Yeah. Mental roadblocks are in your way. Contributing to your money allergy. That's kind of a question mark.
Yeah.
Kinda. It is a question mark.
Or kind of. Just depends on how you want to say it.
So we have mindset, vision, roadblocks, how to overcome it so you can double or triple your income. Pick one, double or triple.
Triple.
Triple. Triple is consistent with the rest of the copy. Consistency and congruence. And that one says,
how to, oh, let me make it, boom. How to overcome roadblocks so you can triple your income this year. And triple your income each.
how immediately can you state that with confidence, Dagmar? I mean, how long does it take to accomplish that point? Does it take a year? Does it take 6 months? Does it take 3 months?
It depends on the person. You can turn around your money situation in a week.
So this is a very interesting idea. So when we were talking about growing influence and building a community, and as Intel, I mean, this was my favorite word, is it depends, right?
Right.
When you're talking about sales and building community and a movement, you almost have to erase the word it depends.
No, I'm just giving you guys an honest answer. It depends on the person, because the only reason they're not making money is themselves. So if they can let that go.
So that's what I'm saying. Like if you take the word out, it depends, and you just said, if somebody did everything they were supposed to, it would be blah.
That's what I was going for.
It would be
Immediately
no-brainer.
is immediately a possibility to put in there.
Well, so I'll
Or-
give you a real example.
All right, real example.
Real example. There was a lady who was a photographer and struggled with getting the
A
right.
what?
A photographer.
Oh, photographer.
Yes, and she couldn't get the right. She couldn't get clients to pay her what the value of her service was. She came to the workshop, left directly from the workshop to a client meeting, a prospect meeting, and she was able to double her rate. So she asked for more and she got it. She actually texted me while we were still in the workshop saying, "You will not believe, but I actually stood up for me and for my service. I not only asked for what it's worth, I doubled it just like you taught me, and I got it." So yes, she had no block to the transformation that she received, so she manifested instantaneous result. But there can be another person that will come out of the workshop and will keep fighting against the money, right? Unconsciously. Well, then they can't manifest it immediately. That's why it's where you are, how much are you allowing yourself?
That's why I was, what's a reasonable expectation if the appropriate actions are taken, is where I was going with that. So
If they hire Jena
because obviously the shorter the time from education to implementation to success without being inaccurate is what's advantageous there. That's all I'm trying to, how far can we shorten that time frame down and be legitimate would be the question.
Well, normally when I work with my clients, I ask them for 12-month vision and 12-month goals. So I like to work with a year because it can be compacted, but at the same time, it allows the person to grow at their own speed. So not to fry their circuit, so to speak.
Got it.
But I was going to throw in a small commercial break here. So if you hire Jena Apgar of Warfare Marketing and she sets up a sales funnel for you, you can triple your income in a month.
Imagine being unaffected by your past experiences and not letting the fears keep you down. Such a run-on sentence.
Imagine being free from your past.
Imagine being free
from
or past experiences. Fears,
How about imagine getting the results you want, or imagine getting the clients, imagine becoming
we already
fully.
kind of did that. I did that one kind of with over here.
Yeah, that's why when you have different benefit sets like this, it's how many different things can you say?
I'm not sure I like the word imagine though. I'm looking like
Well,
like
imagine
position yourself. Like this is a very definitive thing. Position yourself to become fully confident in asking for the sale and getting paid what you are worth.
I like the word position.
Exactly how to overcome mental roadblocks so you can triple your income each other. Identify existing negative relationship, the ability, or what would this one be? The ability to exactly identify how many, I need a thesaurus, man.
Scott, by the way, if you want to see a bigger screen, just go to Facebook and watch the stream live directly from Warfare Marketing. Just
Establish.
hit the mute on it, and then you'll see a full screen of that.
If I mute it, it will mute me here.
No, you just mute the actual live screen on Warfare Marketing.
Got it.
And then you expand that that live stream, and you can watch it in full version.
Going.
So I'm gonna borrow from sales page. How about imagine? I mean, that's my event. Imagine waking up with passion and excitement.
I don't like the word imagine. That's what I'm trying to take out and identify all these.
Well,
so
actually,
right here, document mental roadblocks that are in your way and contributing to your money allergies. Document mental roadblocks that are in the way, contributing to. I'll leave your in there. So I'm kind of telling them exactly. So not, hey, you imagine now, because this is not sales pitch. This is not any of that. This is the exact features. What are they going to exactly get? They're going to identify something. They're going to establish something. They're going to document something. They are going to learn how to something, position something. So I don't like this word imagine.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
That's why I was going to the thesaurus to get more words for identify. Pinpoint, that's a good one.
Mm-hmm. Establish is a good one.
Pinpoint.
Figure out, determine.
Pinpoint past experiences.
But that's more looking back, right?
Some of them can be massaged, but again, I get the looking back, but I mean, that's kind of a big chunk of what she's doing is looking back.
Agreed. And clearing.
Oh, why don't we say clear past experiences and fears? Because that's what they are doing in the workshop. They're
fear-free future. I got 3 F's in there.
Woohoo!
What's that called when you use the same
alliteration?
Letter? One of my favorite words.
Alliteration.
And look, pinpoint
Jena, this is brilliant. I'm gonna use this for like Facebook marketing.
Fear-free future and pinpoint past. All right, and I'm actually just going to delete these. This is too many. You don't need 9.
You do, but nobody's going to read them.
You don't want pulvinar tinsinduct in integer?
Habitas agu condimentum conspectio.
Thank you, Latin.
Thank you, Latin. Worksheet. Do you have your worksheet online? Send it to me then.
Well, the worksheets go only to people who come to the event.
That's outstanding. I just want to take a quick picture of it.
Of my worksheets?
Yes. Screenshot it.
They're not online. I can send you PDF.
That's fine. I just want the little blurry version.
Okie dokie.
Okay, amplify your earning power.
Do you want those via email or messenger?
Either way is fine. Just let me know which one you choose.
Okay, the signature went through messenger.
Okay.
And the worksheet will go through email.
Look at that baby template.
Amplify your earning power. We already did that headline. That is a long, I think that was, we'll do this one here.
Man, that's a long headline.
That is a long headline. It's a little shorter when you get rid of the fake Polish.
You love my favorite
I would,
rap.
Is it stronger if it says dissolve unconscious beliefs of scarcity to start making the money you want and deserve, as opposed to and?
Yeah, I like that.
It's more of a power statement, right?
No, I agree. Is it funny what one word will change?
Yeah.
I was
Well,
telling Rayanne was in my office, and I was telling her my husband. I was telling him he should start when he gets old and wants to retire, write a book on the law that he most commonly defends against, which is public intoxication. And I was like, you really should go to Austin and like make it your like retirement mission to have the law changed or overturned or worded to better fit what it should do and what it was intended to do. And he was telling me it comes down to the change in one word. The difference between it a person may cause harm to themselves or others, and changing that word may to is. A person is a harm to themselves or others. Tiny, tiny word choice.
Yep. Word choice is critical. What are you putting in there?
Change your life path today. I'm not sure I love it. It's just a tiny little pre-header. All day workshop. You have worksheets. What would you call your worksheets, Dagmar?
Well, it's a workbook that they get. It's an actual book that they get.
Okay, but what would you call? What kind of workbook is it? What's it accomplish?
Well, well, first they understand their hangups around money, then they're writing a new story. So I'll give you an example. So they look at their
I want
money.
a catchy name. If you had to turn that into a book you published, what would you call it?
Why you struggle with money and how to change that story or something like that.
Change your story.
Change your money story?
I mean, it's succinct. You need, right? You're looking for 3 or 4 words.
Yeah, but I would add money because I'm not going to deal with every part of the story.
Change your. I'm going to think on that one. What else do you do at the workshop? Do you give them anything besides the workbook?
No, but they participate the entire time.
Interactive.
So it's
Highly interactive.
highly interactive. That's why, oh, and I want to put somewhere there that the audience is limited seats. And this is not fake advertising. I do have it limited because everybody has to have a chance to participate.
And the MSRP is
$249, right?
Well, the full price is $247.
that's all
The
I
early
want to know.
bird is
Such an
$197.
internet number.
247, right?
Yes.
All I want to know. You can always give them a coupon code or something like that, or
A coupon.
a coupon.
Give him a Cooper.
Duplicate the page, add a time clock on it for, I don't know, but for the most part, just add a coupon code.
So the Kartra does not like the early bird?
It's not that they don't like the early bird. You can do that. I'm trying to save you a lot of effort right now. And plus, you need a page that says it is the one price. To be honest, I would argue you need to sell it at least one time at $247.
Yep.
Pop an opt-in form, pop a product checkout. That goes back to Macy's got into a lot of trouble because they would say,
Regular price $9.97.
and then they said, oh, this one is
Today
better than
only.
the best sales price ever. And they got in a lot of trouble. So now when they do their advertisements that they send, they have to show you the lowest previous price in the last like 90 or 120 days.
I mean, it's a good point, but for me, most people, the workshop will sell out on the early bird. So it's not that, again, because there's limited seating until I reach, let's say, the stage where I can come to your office and extend it to, like, what's your capacity, 20 people?
24.
Yeah, so that means with the sales funnel, hopefully we'll get 24 per workshop. Right now, it sells out really fast. So, like, my workshop for me, I think
Scott's idea of doing, because my real estate investors do this. I know Scott and Sean do this, but you plus one, so it's 247, but it's for you and one other person if you buy today. So that way they can add their husband or their daughter or something of that nature.
So let's air it because that's an interesting question. When I see conferences do that, it usually means that they are desperate to fill in the room.
I've never thought of it as desperate to fill the room. In fact, I see it as, and the way that I've seen it used is it's doubling your leads to sell them on something at the workshop. That's every time I've seen it, that's what it is.
Gotcha. And I don't mind doing this. I did, I think 6 months ago or more, I had a promotion, bring a partner. So I'm not opposed to it. I'm just wondering, you know, how is this perceived and whether that devalues the workshop itself.
No, it's all everything's presentation.
Oh, what a cutie doggy.
What is that from my Facebook? Oh, that's Miss Chris Klein's puppy. Rebel. Let's give a little branding in there. There we go.
Branding.
Right? Branding.
Get that branding in the yellow or orange.
Branding. Let's take, we don't need all of that today.
Put it in the decision chakra color.
Well, for that,
I don't know what that is, but I like it.
Well, you know, interesting question to Scott. I was told that men actually cringe at the yellow and orange color. Would you agree with that?
The studies have shown when it comes now, this specifically to red, that men prefer the yellowy, orangey reds better to the blue, purpley reds. Women prefer blue, purpley.
I would agree with that. No, I don't have any issue with the yellow orange. So I don't know where that. But there was at one time, and I think so much that I think the online space is changing so fast that I think certain color choices and things like that, every time they get a study done on what color choice works better, it's almost obsolete. Seemingly.
Would y'all like me to tell you the answer to that one? That one I know. No one cares. No one cares about your stupid button color. No one cares about the background. Well, background, lighter colors do perform better because more people can see it if they have their hard of seeing.
Hard of seeing?
Hard of seeing. I'm sure that I was going to say hard of hearing, obviously, but that didn't make any sense. It really comes down to your offer. And so this was one of the things I was going to cover in our 90-day workshop because it's really hard to explain just straight out. But it really comes down to your offer. If you have an amazing offer, so I had a walk-in come in Thursday, straight up walk-in, because I wasn't following up with him. And normally, if you don't follow up with somebody, you just don't get the sale, right? That was not the case here because the offer was so good. He came and found me and was like, Jenna, what does it take to get started? You didn't follow up with me. I'm overwhelmed with messages that are similar to that. If your offer is good enough, they will hunt you down. So
True.
While people are sitting here worried about the color of something, no, worry about the freaking offer being amazing. Something dinged. Somebody.
Something dinged.
Dinged. Who knows? It's just normally if like your phone dings or something, you recognize the sound.
It's not my ding.
Not my ding.
Yeah, I ain't dinging here.
Hey, did you send me your PDF, your workbooks?
Yes.
By
Well,
email
one
or
of them.
message?
Email.
By email. Okay.
Now
So-
I can send you the cover, but I understood you wanted actually.
No, if you
from
got the cover,
inside.
that's cool too. You have the
Okay,
actual
so
cover to the workbook?
Yeah, so like you can take it directly from the website because it's a PDF of my Unlock Your Success. So if you want, you can do a screenshot or I'll send you the entire PDF.
Where's that at?
Go to dagmarfleming.com and then let me follow you.
It's
here
the
so I know
first
where you
click.
are.
It's actually the first click on the navigation bar. I don't remember what it is. I just remember it's
No,
there.
you scroll down, and when it says, when it talks about Unlock Your Success, learn more, a little bit lower. Oh, right, one more. Oh, right here, learn more. Click on that. That's the entire PDF, and I use that first page as my cover.
There we go. Then we're not giving away any good stuff. But what we can do is make you look awfully spiffy. I
Looks
love
good.
this feature on Kartra.
Throwing it inside the screen.
Oh gosh, yes.
It's a cool idea.
Well, because
What does it do?
the guy who came in on Thursday, he was like, yeah, it takes time to, send that stuff off and get those made, even if you use a cheap service like Fiverr. I'm like, dude, I can do that in 5 seconds. So I was trying to sell him on like building in Kartra. Boom. Now, what did
Magic.
I do? I did something wrong.
Didn't load the picture.
I don't think I saved.
Save early and often.
Or I did it too big. That might be, there it goes. See, now you are in a pretty iPad, Dagmar.
Wow, cool.
with pretty, perfectly manicured hands from a hand model.
That is important.
I
You know,
love it.
all right. Where's my orange? Orange. Orange.
I'm glowing.
You're glowing. Why isn't it changing? That's not what I wanted.
The little cartoon dude looks really distressed. And the face is like from Friday the 13th.
That's why he needs the
Goals.
workshop.
Goals. Be better than living over here in the desert. That certainly
Much
doesn't
better.
look fun. Watching Iron Man #1, taking my husband through the entire Marvel universe.
Sorry,
Starting from
we did
Somebody-
Deadpool 1 and 2.
he's walking through the desert. I'm like, yeah, he's not surviving that. Nobody's
Spoiler.
finding him out there.
Spoiler.
That's not really a spoiler. That's in the beginning.
Oh.
You know he makes it out because he's in all the other movies. There's like Iron Man 2, Iron Man 3, Avengers 1, 2, 3, and 4. And spoiler, which would be if I gave away Endgame. That would be cruel and unusual. Just going through for some general branding. Mindset. How do you display mindset?
A brain.
And a unit of a brain.
I got
A
a
brain.
briefcase.
A brain with electrical energy coming from it.
Yeah,
Or
their
about.
existing icons aren't really like woo-woo. They're very practical digital marketer.
So then it'd be either a thought bubble, a question mark. Thought bubble is possible. Question mark is possible. A light bulb is possible.
Roadblocks.
Oh, bulb would be good for mindset instead of roadblocks.
What?
Yeah,
I didn't hear you.
the bubble, the
Yeah.
light bulb would be good for mindset versus roadblocks. It looks like you got a road in there for roadblocks.
I did.
I know you're so proud of yourself.
It's the small things in life.
I still think the construction barrier would be better.
Money. I got money. Triple your income. Confidence. It's a good one for confidence. Fear-free future.
It could be two hands, like shaking the deal. I've seen those icons, meaning you're willing to go get business.
For confidence.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
I got coffee.
There's always room for coffee.
Always.
Thanks for the reminder, Scott.
I know, I'm out. It's not good.
All right, 100%.
I've got to go to health.
money back
Got to go to
guarantee.
health and stuff.
How long do they have a guarantee, or do they have a guarantee all the way through the event, or?
Well, first, what does the guarantee say?
One, whatever you want.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're the one
so-
it's your guarantee.
So I've seen different with it. So a money back guarantee is one of those like, and we were talking about this on Friday. So I guess that's kind of the sales pitch we did on Friday, was the 12 steps to the long form sales letter by Scott's good friend, Mr. Fry.
David Fry.
Mr. David Fry. I couldn't remember his first name, obviously. One of those is a guarantee to put people's mind at ease that they're making a good decision, and if not, they can change it. So I do a 7-day one. I've seen people do 30-day. I've seen people do they can go through the entire system and get a money back guarantee, but they have to show that they did certain worksheets and they did certain processes. Some don't care. We'll just give you your money back. And then I've seen others that were, and Billie Jean Shaw from Billie Jean Marketing, I mean, he kind of railed on somebody who asked for a refund. And his response was, Harvard doesn't give refunds, and you pay them a lot of money. If you don't get a job, you don't get a refund. So,
well, let me tell you what I can guarantee, and both of you can say if that's worth it or if that's appropriate. But I can guarantee that the person that will walk into a workshop will have major realizations around why they struggle with money, and they will have tangible ideas on how to change that relationship. So that I can guarantee.
And what happens if they don't?
A general guarantee.
What happens if they don't?
If they don't do what?
If they don't have those things that you just detailed.
You can just give them the money back. But it's, like I said, I can guarantee that with no problem, because there's no way you're going to come into the workshop and walk out without major realization. So if somebody wants to claim they didn't have any, I have absolutely no problem giving them the money back.
Again, what you are guaranteed.
But as I said, I guarantee that you will have a major aha moment in your life, major realizations, why you have struggled with money, what's the reason,
what's the core. I have to type it. We guarantee that you will have a major aha moment.
Well, I don't know if that's a good thing. Like, Scott, can you help me? Like, what is the appropriate way of translating what I'm saying?
Okay, run it through again.
That you will have a major realizations about why you struggle with money, how it began, because I show you all the way to your childhood. I pinpoint the reason why you struggle. And then you will know exactly what you need to do to release that struggle. I actually give people tangible things, whether it's a mantra.
Think of it this way, okay? Just to make this easier, think of the major words there: a realization, recognition, tangible. You will leave with tangible action steps.
Yes.
You take everything that you said off. It's the realization, the recognition, the implementation of tangible steps, or something like that. In other words, all the keywords is what you'll come out with. Does that make sense, Jena?
I just need words.
Well, I know, but I'm trying to put them together without.
Well, yeah, but I mean, so we guarantee that you will have a major realization, an aha moment on how your struggles began, the damages they've caused, and the exact implementation you need to realize.
No, release.
Release. Not realize, to release those.
And
I don't like release those struggles, to overcome and triumph.
Overcome is good. But I would change implementation to something more down to earth, because the whole language is more
to
simple.
Overcome and I don't have a great word for there.
Take action.
The exact
action steps, or the exact steps you need.
I guarantee that you will have a major realization, an aha moment on how your struggles began, the damages they have caused, and the exact action steps you need to overcome and succeed in business.
Well, you don't overcome business. So let's say to overcome them and succeed in business.
I don't like the word them. Them in writing is terrible. Overcome what? Overcome struggles.
Overcome fears, overcome roadblocks. Let's go back to the simple word then.
Overcome blocks.
And succeed in business.
Money block. We can actually see it because that's what we are working on.
All right, who's got all the traffic?
Not me.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm gonna try to stop it on my phone.
You're gonna stop traffic? I want that secret.
Yeah, really.
Well, I'm gonna put myself on silent.
You outside? That's not the good one. Is it?
Okay, hopefully that will stop it.
I want to delete traffic.
Let's delete traffic.
Or just stop it. I'm going to stop that. Bzzz.
Photo scissors.
Photo scissors.
What the heck's that? Look at that whole rock star signature. Wow.
I know, it's a doctor's signature. You can't read it.
You know, these days everything's online. I think last time I signed something, maybe 10 years ago. It's good that I remember what my signature is supposed to look like.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm not going to mess
is it
with
that
this right now. Actually, I'm not going to mess with that right now. I'm just going to delete that block. It can be added later.
What is it? What software did you use to pull it out like that?
Oh, I already clicked it. It's like photo scissors online. Oh, things you need to know about dessert. That should probably be changed.
What? How about things you need to know about your future? That's kind of curiosity causing, isn't it?
Provide individual attention.
You needs to know things you need
This
to
is
know.
on the template.
Things you needs to know.
I know, right?
About the desert. You know, this is how we check if people actually read our website.
Right. I think what I would come up with, and the only other thing that I would really want to add is to go through here and come up with a couple of frequently asked questions that you get a lot.
Can you give me an example? Because nobody asked me any questions.
Why am I stuck?
Nobody ever asks you questions?
Well, before the workshop, they don't.
Will there be recordings?
Why am I stuck? How will I get unstuck? How do I know if this works? How do I know this will work for me? How do I know it's
objections to the sale?
Yeah, I mean, it's whatever questions that they pose to object to the sales. How do I know this is going to work for me? So in any presentation, you want to anticipate the objections and answer them before they voice them.
Yep.
And so think of anything that could hold somebody back from taking the action of reserving a spot. will this really make a difference for me?
Or who is this for? Because they
Who
want
is
to say
this?
it's not for me.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Evidently, it's
Yeah,
not for that
yeah.
bird in the background. That bird is extremely upset by that question.
Birds do their own thing. They do their own thing.
The bird is saying, "What about me?"
So think of,
It's a
I mean,
bird.
think of any question. Think of anything that anybody has ever asked, or when they're contemplating. So, think about when you do it, even a little preview on it. What do they come up and ask? Will this work for me?
When you're in a workshop like you did on
yeah.
Tuesday, what questions? When it comes to like actually buying, what gives them pause? I feel like that's something you should encourage.
What's that?
Now that might be a complete Scott question. So I think I would encourage and take the beating, asking people why it is they're not buying. Like if you go do a presentation and nobody's buying, I would ask really bluntly and directly, why not? So that you can figure out what those questions are.
But the question is very simple. I've given you all the reasons, or I've given you a number of reasons why you should take action. You're not choosing to take action. So let me ask a simple question. What's holding you back?
I think that's important to know, even if it's going to be painful to hear.
Well, it's not painful. It would never be painful to hear, because if they're not buying, that's painful.
Yes.
The not understanding why there is not, that's not painful, that's helpful. Is the way I would think of that.
Does that make sense, Dagmar?
Yeah, absolutely.
That way you'll have
most-
a list of these questions and it won't be like, oh, I have no idea. You'll know exactly why.
Well, for most people, I feel it's fear. They actually, there's a level of ignorance. I'm not saying that negatively, just ignorance meaning lack of knowledge about the fact that your money struggles are self-created. It's easier to blame somebody else or the boss or the clients who don't come to you. So first, there is a fear of, wow, I have to take responsibility for me.
Okay.
So I'm just talking like why some people will come to a free session with me and then don't sign up for a program. So I can tell where they're going psychically. Then so there's a fear of responsibility, because then you actually have to do something in your life to change your circumstances instead of just complaining.
Okay.
Then there is always money concern, or it's too expensive.
That's a matter. Okay.
But see, all those things, I would write all those down.
Yeah.
If you're thinking, I'm not sure I want to take the responsibility for this, ... If, I would take all those things. If you know that's what they're actually thinking, then call them out and address them in advance.
Yeah, but they're not conscious that that's the fear.
I didn't suggest that they knew that. I'm suggesting that you know that. And because you know that, then you can bring it to their conscious. Again, if an unearthed objection is still an objection, I would rather have you object to my face, so then I can respond to that objection. If you don't object, I can't read minds. So I don't know what's holding you back. I would rather have you tell me, because then we can go through a process that I can work to answer that for you. But if I don't know why you're not taking action, I can't do anything about it. But an unearthed objection is still an objection. You've got to get it taken care of, or they're not going to take the action. That's the nugget of the day right there.
There's the negative of the day. I'm going to delete some of these. If you could just come up with like at least 2 questions and answer them so that we can pop them in here.
Yeah, I'm sure I can come up with more. I like the idea, who is this workshop for? Because that helps me pre-qualify my audience. The truth is, it can be for anybody who struggles with money, but I want to work with entrepreneurs and want to work with those that are willing to actually do something after the workshop and, work with me in a more structured.
So the answer, anybody and everybody is not part of that answer.
No, that's what I said. So I can say entrepreneurs want to accelerate.
So the answer becomes those who are serious about ...
Entrepreneurs who are serious about.
About accelerating their income, growing the business. And I can even do the pre-qualifier because I can say those who want to accelerate to the upper 6-figure income. So if somebody is making $20,000 or $40,000, they will deselect themselves.
Sure.
So who is this workshop for? And one other question.
Well, the objection with the money, is it something about the, I don't know if it's worth it is the right phrase, but.
Well, the right phrase becomes, what value will I receive?
Somebody says that's a lot of money. I don't know if it's going to be worth it. Should I put that money towards something else? I think that's a figure that question out and answer it.
Yeah.
Well, the answer is simple. It's like,
No,
what
I
is
want
it
the
going to
answer. I want the question, and I want the answer to go with it.
10, 11. 10, 11.
And that, yeah, that's where I was kind of going with that. So, let's save.
Save and publish.
But come up with 2 questions with 2 answers. One is it, who is it for? And something about the expense. Oh, part of the expense, you can say there's a guarantee. But other than that, we'll wrap up and we'll finish up tomorrow.
Perfect.
And get this one done and get started on a new one. Or get started on some emails or something. All right. Questions. Get those done. All right. Other than that, bye.
See everybody tomorrow. Bye.